Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I haven't uploaded or recorded in a really long time for either of my channels, because really I haven't been feeling much like myself. I think I'm gonna go ahead and not talk about that right now. But anyway, I have still been reading because of course I have. But also, with that being said, I am wanting to participate in the BackList Readathon this year. And so this is going to be my TBR for that. So let's go ahead and talk about my plans. Alright, so I have 4 books on my TBR for the BackList Readathon. And I think there are 6, yes, there are 6 prompts for this readathon, and I picked 4 books and have some of these are overlapping prompts because I don't think it's from March 9th to the 15th, and I just don't think I'm going to get through 6 books in that time frame. So I'm kind of playing it safe. Mostly because my reading has not been as high lately as it has been in the past. But let's go ahead and talk about them. So prompt number 1 is to read my shortest backlist book. And for these purposes, I'm not going with like the publisher's definition of a backlist book or an author's definition of it or whatever. This is more of like my backlist is my TBR that's been like sitting there forever and a day. So anyway, my shortest book is this novella by Brent. This is The Perfect Shadow, and I want to say it is actually like the prelude to, what is it, the Night Angel series? Yes, this is the prelude to his Night Angel series. So I am going to go ahead and read this as my shortest book. It is only 131 pages. Delightful. And I have not read any of the actual like series of this either. So I know nothing about this. But I will say the back of it, the little blurb on the back says, "This was to be my first kill for hire. It's good to start with the impossible, make a name for myself, enter with a splash." So yeah, I'm intrigued for sure. So this is going to cover the very first prompt, but this is also going to double for the last prompt on the list, which is to read a book with blue on the cover, which it obviously does. So this covers 2 of them right there. Okay, the next prompt is to read a backlist book that intimidates you. And it says for like whatever reason. Maybe it's really long, maybe, you know, it's out of my comfort zone, whatever. And that is going to be The Almond Tree by Cohen Corasanti. This has literally been on my shelf for years. And I've never picked it up because yeah, it's a little intimidating to me. It seems very deep, I guess. Like I'm a little scared I'm not smart enough for this book. But we're gonna give it a try. It's literally, I think it's been I may have gotten this like way back in the day as like an ARC. Back before I, you know, had a bunch of kids. Yeah, this is a first edition. So not an ARC, but I definitely got it when it first came out in 2012. So it's been sitting on my bookshelf since 2012. Time to do something about that for sure. And this is also going to count for another prompt, which is to read a diverse backlist book. This takes place in Israel, I believe. Yeah, I believe this is historical fiction and it takes place in Israel. So I'm gonna go with that since clearly, I mean, that counts, right? The characters are all POC, so it counts. Okay, so the next prompt is to read a book that was a recommendation from somebody, and I'm going to go with Sunshine by McKinley. And this was a recommendation. I actually bought this when my sister came to visit, and she was the person who recommended it to me. I've been meaning to read it for months, and I have not. But this is, I believe, like vampire romance kind of vibes. I don't entirely remember, but I'm pretty excited about it, or at least I was when I first got it, and now I can't remember what it's about. Yeah, vampires. And this one doesn't double as anything, I don't think. So, excited about that. And then last but not least, the final prompt is to read a backlist book that I am excited about, or most excited to read, and that is this one. This is an Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. And I have been meaning to read this forever, as all of these. I have been meaning to read them forever. But I'm definitely most excited about this because what I ended up doing is getting Sorcery of Thorns, also by Margaret Rogerson, and I read that first, and I loved it. It was so whimsical, and I know this isn't the same. It isn't the same. I get that. But I'm really excited to read this because I loved Sorcery of Thorns so much, and it was also by Margaret Rogerson. So, and if I remember correctly, this is about like a girl who like paints fae or does art for fae or something like that. Yeah, paintbrush. She creates stunning portraits for the fair folk, which are immortal creatures who crave human craft with a terrible thirst. So, that's interesting. But point being, super excited about this one. So, I am going to try and start vlogging a little bit and doing some reading vlogs, so hopefully I will vlog as I read those starting on March 9th. And I will let y'all know how it goes. I'm a little nervous. Okay, but it'll be fine. Anyway, that pretty much sums it up. If you're enjoying a little glimpse of my crazy, definitely hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this TBR video, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of my future uploads. I promise they will be more frequent than they have been recently. Bye!